I just have a question regarding these two terms, Saññā Vedayita Nirodha and Nirodha-samapatti. These are two terms. Are they both describing exactly the same thing, or is there any difference between these two conditions?
Well, what is the difference between closing the eyes and not seeing? Now, when you close your eyes, do you see anything? You don't see anything unless it is just imagination. But the Saññā Vedayita Nirodha is like closing the eyes. And what is that other word?
Nirodha-samapatti.
Yeah, Nirodha-samapatti. Of course, Nirodha-samapatti is a different thing. Don't think that Nirodha-samapatti is the same thing as Saññā Vedayita Nirodha. Today, most people think Nirodha-samapatti and Saññā Vedayita Nirodha is the same thing. No. When you come out of that and awaken, you begin to see how the mind is working and creating this. Seeing that is Nirodha-samapatti. So, the Nirodha-samapatti, during Nirodha-samapatti, you are fully aware of what is going on. Yeah.
So then, that means, from your interpretation, these two terms do not really mean exactly the same thing.
No.
So perhaps to enlighten us, Bhante, could you explain a translation of the meaning of Saññā Vedayita Nirodha? Perhaps you could translate that term.
I told you, Saññā and Vedana must be understood. Nirodha means Saññā Vedayita Nirodha. Nirodha means stopping. Nirodha is to stop. Saññā and Vedana. Saññā is what you see. Say, if you are talking about the eye, what you see is Saññā. And the feeling of what you see is Vedana. That means when you open your eyes, what you see is a color. If you see the color blue, when you open your eyes, you see the color blue, that is what you see. If you like the color blue, that is Vedana. Vedana is the liking part. How you feel. So, the feeling and the sensation. What you see is the sensation. And the feeling is the Vedana. When you hear a sound, the sound that you hear is the Saññā. If you like the sound, that is the Vedana. So every time you see something or hear something or smell something, there is always a feeling whether it is pleasant or unpleasant. So the feeling and what you see or hear That is the meaning of Vedana and Saññā. Saññā is what you see or hear, and Vedana is how you feel.
Okay.
These always go together. You can't separate them. So Vedana and Saññā always go together. And this is the stopping of Vedana and Saññā. Nirodha means stopping.
So Bhante, does that mean that at this state, the Panchakanda has completely stopped?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is no Panchakanda there.
All right. And then, perhaps Bhante could then explain the translation of the word Nirodha-samapatti then. What exactly is samapatti?
I told you, Nirodha-samapatti means Nirodha. First you have to understand the word samapatti.
Yeah.
The samapatti means attainment. Samapatti. Now, when you take the 5 precepts, you see what is the first precept?
Not to harm living things. Not to harm living things.
No. The what is the Pali word?
Panatipata.
Huh?
Panatipata.
Panatipata Veramani Sikkapadam Samadhiyami. What is Samadhiyami? That means you have entered that state of avoiding harming living beings. So that samadhiyami is a action, a verb, and samadhiyami means something has been done. So Nirodha-samapatti means you have attained that state. So Nirodha means the stopping. It is really what we call awakening from the dream of existence. Nirodha means the stopping. What is stopped is bhava. Bhava nirodho Nibbāna. Bhava nirodho Nibbāna. What we call Nibbāna or Nirvana is the stopping of bhava. And bhava means existence. So you don't exist anymore. So Nirodha-samapatti means you have entered the stopping of existence. That means you don't exist anymore. You have awakened from the dream of existence. That awakening is like you have been dreaming. It's a dream. When you wake up, that dream is no more a truth. But while you are dreaming, it is real for you. But when you wake up, the dream is not real anymore. So in the same way, normally people think, I am existing. But when you awaken from this dream, you are aware that you are not existing anymore. That awakening is the Nirodha-samapatti. That awakening from the dream is what is called Nirodha-samapatti.
So that means when a person has reached that state, he now has become the Buddha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have become a Buddha.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier on that as Prince Siddhārtha, he was learning from his teachers, and his teacher only attained the state of the realm of nothingness.
Yeah.
And then he by his own practice, he went on to attain the state of the realm of neither sensation nor no sensation.
Yeah.
You mentioned that at that time he was still not yet enlightened, not yet awakened as a Buddha.
Yeah.
That means as Prince Siddhārtha, he was able to practice up to that state of neither sensation nor no sensation, but still has not become the Buddha yet.
Yeah. No, the thing is that he didn't enter cessation of sensation and perception.
Yeah.
He went only neva saññā na saññāyatana. Neither sensation nor no sensation.
Yeah. So
But he didn't get to cessation of sensation and perception.
So that means when he reached that state of neither sensation nor no sensation, neva saññā na saññā yatana, he was not yet enlightened. That means not yet the Buddha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to stop that completely and awaken from that. Only when you awaken from that, you begin to see how your mind is creating the world and everything.
Yeah.
Only when you have seen that, you really awaken from the dream of existence. That awakening is the Nirodha-samapatti.
Now, we also are aware that there are other people who have become enlightened or awakened, but they did not reach these states. Is it possible that there are other arahants who have become arahant, but did they reach this state? They were not meditating
There were
until...
no other arahants. Who are the other arahants?
No, I mean people who became arahants. When they become awakened.
Yeah.
Does that mean that they have to reach the cessation of sensation and feeling? Or they could become arahant without going through this process?
Oh, yeah. There is two ways of attaining that state of Nirodha-samapatti. One is to reach that state of stopping sensation and perception and then coming out of it. That is one method of doing it. Now, once the Buddha has understood that, the Buddha created the shortcut.
Okay.
The shortcut is like this. Now supposing this is a country, someone comes for the first time to this country, can't find the way. So this person goes round and somehow creates a map. Now another man comes and also wants to go somewhere and find the way, and this person gives a map, and that person can now use the map and find the way. So in a similar way, the Buddha was able to give his disciples the map how to do it. And so the disciples can understand how the mind is working without going to that extent of stopping the sensation and perception. And that is when you enter the fourth jhana. Somehow you have to enter the fourth jhana, and once you have entered the fourth jhana, at the fourth jhana it is possible to analyze the activity of the mind and understand what are called the 5 constituents of the process of perception. The 5 parts of the process of perception. When that has been understood properly, you understand the paticca-samuppada, and that is how you can become an arahant by doing that. This is how the chief disciple of the Buddha, Sariputta, he was just listening to the Buddha and he became an arahant. He didn't have to go through this whole process. By listening to the Buddha, he automatically attained the fourth jhana, and from that state, he began to understand. That is, of course, you have to have developed your mind to a certain level, only then you can do it. Everyone can't just do it. You see, this is why it is very important to practice meditation in the proper way. It is only by practicing meditation in the proper way that you can develop your mind to that level.